Now, live from Studio 550, this is The McGraw Show on KTRS.
All right, we ended up taking up more of your time than I wanted to, so I apologize, Scott Sherman.
To me?
Yeah.
Never. This is your time. I'm just here to enjoy your time.
Explain the difference between what's going on with this brother in the bombing suspect. Where are we with all
Joe
this?
Carr?
Yeah.
All right. We have reached what they would consider to be the arraignment stage. They have charged him with a crime, and they have advised him, a magistrate judge advised him of his rights, and those include the right to remain silent, the right to an attorney. He's had a lawyer appointed for him at the federal public defenders, and they are ready for what they call preliminary hearing, which will never happen because they're going to take all this information to a grand jury, and in the next couple of weeks, you're going to see an indictment with a whole host, a couple of hundred counts against him of attempted murder,
Right.
using a weapon of mass destruction, which the federal guidelines, criminal guidelines, have a definition of, which is it's a bomb,
Right.
and then it's other stuff that
Right.
could blow up. So
Now, but
that's where they're at.
This younger brother is an American citizen.
Yes, he is. And what was going on last week from Friday with the apprehension of him in the boat until Monday when the magistrate judge came to his bedside and arraigned him essentially,
Right.
bothered me because there is, once you're in custody, handcuffs on you, you're not free to go. There's a whole host of rights that get sort of plugged in at that moment.
Right.
Whether you're an American citizen or not, if the crime is committed on American soil. There's a whole host of really bad guys who were not American citizens that committed crimes on this continent,
Right.
in this country, that get constitutional rights. Ramzi Youssef, one of the worst people ever. Sheikh Khalid Mohammed, the guy, the blind sheik with the
Right.
93 stuff. So this idea that only American citizens get constitutional rights, due process rights, that's not true. But the fact that this Joe Carr guy is an American citizen and was an American citizen at the time of this incident bothers me even more because Miranda, the right to remain silent stuff that you see on all the police,
Right.
drama shows, that should have been done once he was in custody. Now, here's what bothers me. The feds have had this exception to Miranda. There's really kind of one exception to Miranda, and that is this public safety exception. It comes out of a case in New York in the early 1980s where a robbery suspect was holding up a grocery store, and while the cop had him, they couldn't find the gun. And he said, "Where's the gun?" And the robbery suspect said, "It's right over there," because that was an imminent danger to the rest of the public. They are using this, and they've been doing it on purpose, and it's the Obama administration's Justice Department that's expanded it. They're stretching this exception as far as they can take it, especially in the post-9/11 world, to these terrorism suspects. So everything's a public safety. Oh, we don't know if he has bombs here, there,
Right.
everywhere. They knew because if they weren't convinced that everything was secure, there would have been cops everywhere. So they use that exception to get information when they should have read a Miranda. I think on something like this, you got enough evidence. We, especially the Justice Department, play by the rules, the constitutional rules. You can still get what you want, conviction.
That's Scott Sherman. Wish we had more time to talk about it maybe next week, but this is going to be an ongoing story for the next couple of months.
I serve at your pleasure, sir.
Scott Sherman, I know you have a sponsor. Who is your sponsor?
I have a great sponsor, St. Louis Home Retention Group. I was excited because last week at this time, I had just gotten my notice that my second mortgage, that I probably should have never gotten myself into in the first place, went from 9% to 1%. And I thank St. Louis Home Retention Group for that. 95.3% success rate on getting people's homes refinanced. You don't have to be behind to get your rates lowered. What did they do? What did all these economists do and all these mortgage people do to us? They ruined our economy in the later part of the 2000s. And as a booby prize, the rest of us got some federal programs to get our rates lower. A lot of people don't even know that they qualify for this. But St. Louis Home Retention Group does. And if they can help you, you got a 95.3% chance of getting your rate lowered. Maybe not from 9 to 1, but certainly a lot lower. And they do a fantastic job. 636 636-527-5121, 636-527-21, or stlouishomeretentiongroup.com.